Dude, I heard it was strength and dex. What? What? Strength and dex, man? A lot of people really wanted, a lot of people really were wanting the focus and strength. So opting into the dex, I mean, it is what it is. No, a lot of people were thinking it was focus. I thought it was focus too. From all my connections, I was like 90% sure it was focus. Hybrid weapon, yeah, for sure. Let's check it out, guys. We're gonna be getting into the reaction of this latest dev video here. Super pumped, guys. Obviously, you know, we're in the WoW tab here or section, but you know, we are, you know, obviously we love the new world. So let's check this out. And then we're gonna get into some WoW all night. So again, Death Knight's coming in hot, and you know, new realms. We're gonna be starting a new character. I already got one made. I had to, but guys, we'll talk about that later. Let's go. Let's get into this video. New World Dev Update, August 2022. Focus will be magical types. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, let's check it out. Team update here.
Hi everyone, welcome to the August developer update.
Hi there.
As you can see, Tina's not here today, so we're going to do things a little bit different. It's going to be a group of us talking through everything together.
Okay.
First, though, I want to introduce the other people at the table with me. So we have Dan Henhuber, who is our social experience lead. We
social
have his partner
experience
in camouflage, Mike Willett, who is the world experience lead. And we have Katie, who's the live lead producer type person on the team.
Damn, this guy just straight up forget what the homie just forgot who Casey was. He's like, we got Casey. I mean, that's something. I don't know.
Got it.
All your live
That was
issues.
perfect.
Yell at her.
I'm playing.
Before we start, though, I want to touch base on a quick update. The summer medley fair, we're going to actually run that until September 6th.
Yo, me too, though,
So you all know you have a little more time to get your modeling haze and get up to the maestro and get all the good goodies there. Today we're going to talk about the next update, which is the Brimstone Sands update.
Okay.
That is coming in October. Okay. We're pretty excited about this. It is a massive update.
Ooh, I'm liking the pyramid. I want to know what that. I mean, I'm sure that pyramid's a dungeon, but I'm messing with the vibe of that pyramid. I like how the town. Wait a minute, guys. Hold up. What's this screenshot look like? Does this look reminiscent of Windsward a little bit, or am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
Do a little bit of a dive into
no wars. Yeah, Frosty. No wars tonight. The wars were okay tonight, but to be honest, man, there's a lot of fun happening in World of Warcraft tonight, and you know, variety's the spice of life. You know, I really want to play some, play some of it. So there's some WoW. So what can I say? Hopefully you guys enjoy it as always, man. I'm still being some fun. Your boy's gonna be here. Let's check it out here.
Progress we're making toward that.
Looks like Rome or Egypt. Yeah. Ooh, I like the brick.
Talk about the PTR rollout plan for the Brimstone.
Wait. We're
going to talk about.
Wait, isn't there a type that does it? It looks like a new NPC, but is that animation already done before? Or am I tripping?
Rollout plan for the
I feel like that. I feel like I've seen that. Is that the brute?
So, without further ado,
see. This is what bothers me. You have a new NPC. Please, God, don't let all the animate. Don't let it just be a reskinned brute. Look, I'm getting tilted already. I'm just saying, don't reskin the damn brute. Make it a new NPC. All right, I'll chill out, guys. I'll chill. All right, let's keep it going. I'm sorry, pause, champ. I know. All right, what?
All right, we want to talk a little bit about the Brimstone update. We're not going to go too deep because in September we have some time reserved where we're going to really dive into that. But at a high level, you know, Mike, do you want to give an overview of Brimstone, which is the anchor for the release?
Sure thing, Scott. So some background on it and the lore. An old Egyptian kingdom basically arose thousands of years ago in this area of Eternum.
Skeletons again, okay.
Sands, and they had this symbiotic
Panther, I
relationship
like
with the
that.
ancients. And along the way, there was a big falling out and a war that occurred. No details to share yet. You're going to have to wait till the next update. But what happened is, almost 1,000 years.
Well, yeah, Lee. I mean, 100%. Yeah. No, 100%. I'm just saying. It's just like WoW has done it for years, but it's true. I gotta get it.
Years later, the Roman legion arrived.
Ooh, I like that, dude. That looks sick. I like that. I like that model.
And then they had some encounters with corruption, and that led to kind of
so we got like corrupted Romans.
Things
are
dope. In disarray. And one of your old allies has now become a nemesis here on Eternum. And so part of that story has to play out in this brand new, almost 3 zones worth of content, which is Brimstone Sands.
They said almost 3 zones worth of content?
It is a massive place. We have sulfur pools and new ancient artifacts
zones?
and structures.
Are they
brand new
capping?
POIs.
Fact or cap?
Dozens of new enemies. It is an awesome place.
We want to leave some surprises.
Some surprises. I'm not going to dive into
That's
too many
super
details.
cool.
But
Yeah, Lee,
there's
it
some
should.
features there that are just like very good. Very good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and
it's
it's just
screaming
fun to have
Brim.
this massive, diverse zone to run around that looks nothing
Ooh,
like anything in
scorpions.
the game right now.
Yeah.
We're really excited to share that with
Ooh, that
everybody.
pyramid looks
And
so
I guess,
cool
you know,
though.
if you're going to be hanging out in this new zone with really tough enemies, you're going to need something to help you live there, right? A new weapon.
A new
yes.
weapon. What's that one that players have been asking about?
Sweat gourd.
I didn't like
Oh
that
no,
at
I'm sorry.
all.
Great sword.
There it is.
Totally messed that
Sweat
up.
gourd?
No, I know it's been long requested, and I've talked to the Daves about this at length. So some more teasers.
Great
about
sword.
It does scale evenly off of strength and dex, two-handed weapon, and allows you
100%
to stand
Lee.
stance between basically the two trees. One is really offensive
Ooh.
oriented, and it's called I think it's Onslaught, and basically you're sacrificing health basically for damage. So you're gonna receive more damage
Ooh,
so
I'm
you
a
can give more
God,
damage.
I just gotta say, I'm a fan of I'm a fan of two-handers. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little biased. I love two-handers. Like I love two-handers. They're saying that this is a game's dead. Yeah, Z12 a little bit. We're just doing this dev video and we're getting into some WoW. I do a lot of my community. A lot of my community comes from New World. If I have anybody from WoW popping in here, but
And there's an awesome give and play with
do
that.
like
and
the
you're also gonna
two-handers.
sacrifice more stamina in order to do heavier attacks much faster. So it's a
I just
really
like
cool
I just like the
and then when you
two-hand
use
feel.
abilities from the Defiant stance, which is more
Okay,
defense oriented.
yo.
Also, can
Ooh,
be
the
used by
beetles,
tanks
okay.
'cause it has things
Some
that'll
pretty
draw
beetles there.
aggro. A lot of counter hit play. You're gonna do less damage, but you're gonna take less
Sorry,
damage.
you guys.
And so there's a lot of things where you can block incoming attacks, and the amount of attacks that you block during a set amount of time will unleash even more damage on the release. So
I
it's
love
really
to
So the more you
hear
block,
that
the more
we are
damage you
thinking
do
about
whenever you
James when we
whenever
talk
you
about these
reattack. I mean,
trees.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really unique weapon. I'd love to see off tank play, and just how it gets incorporated into other people's builds. But
Well, yeah, that's the key, I think, is you can pair it because it's dex and strength with so many of our weapons. It's gonna players are gonna find things we never thought of as far as ways to use this. I'm
And how to get bugs.
really exciting release coming up. There's a lot.
there's
I'm just
probably more,
playing.
but I'm going to save that for the next update because I'm sure the
Play-
Daves really
play-
wanna dive
players are gonna find so many ways with this sword to break the game.
We really got the important stuff out of the way, which is when that's going to be headed their way, and is
Right,
the great sword
Merc.
included.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
I agree, Riz.
Well, and is there any other playable content included, like maybe an expedition that you want to talk about, Mike?
There is an expedition. So one of our latest expeditions, it goes along the story of the ancients and that relationship with
Yeah, Lee, that'd be dope. 100%.
the Romans and that Roman legion. And so it takes place in our giant pyramid known as the Ennead. Players are
Ennead,
gonna
okay.
obviously
It's a
group
dungeon.
up, and they're going to head for the
More
Ennead
corrupted.
expedition. And it's going to be unlike anything that you've played so far. Really cool visuals, brand new enemies, new mechanics. So
Okay,
we have,
okay.
Like these sentry
Okay, brand new visuals, new enemies, new mechanics, nothing we've ever seen before. Let's hold them to
guards.
it.
It actually roams
I'm
some of the
here for it, though.
halls, So I'm really excited about it. All new loot. Can't
New
wait
loot?
for players
I mean,
to get
yeah.
into PTR and check it out.
We'll have a lot to show on this over the, as we get closer to the release. And there's one more, well, there's a bunch of more stuff, but there's one more we're going to talk about right now that we've kind of held as a secret until now. And we've heard a lot of feedback from players on our starting experience, how they wanted more variation in AI, more variation in the zones, everything to feel different, especially more variation in questing. So
yeah.
we've revamped the first 25 levels of the experience. And we cannot wait to share it with everyone and get people in to see it.
Revamped
Again,
20
we're going to do a much deeper dive on this next month. But our goal is to get it out there. We think we've addressed enough to make everyone think, wow, this is awesome. Once we start validating that with players, we're going to take those learnings and apply them all the way through the entire questing experience and leveling experience. And
Well, looks like
another
they're trying
thing,
to do a lot of,
this release is really
remake a
big.
lot of
It's-
stuff.
There's a lot here. There's a lot of
Respect
stuff we
that.
haven't even talked about yet, and we can't wait to get into. But it's exciting, which is why we're devoting a couple of dev updates to it. So with that, let's switch bases and talk about territory management just a little bit.
Okay, territory management. Yeah, okay. This is
Dan,
hot.
do you want to talk about like some of the big issues you've been hearing from players?
For sure, yeah. Since we've been live, it's been really cool to see how how these systems scale. Like, I mean, we've obviously done a lot of scale testing over the years, but nothing compared to what we've seen since we've launched. There's a lot that we want to do with it. I mean, we've heard feedback loud and clear from all different kinds of players. We're kind of taking a like short-term and long-term approach. In the short term, I think we mainly want to address 3 key issues, meaning the economic balancing issues that we've been hearing about, the shell companies, as I think we're all friends here. Like, we all know they're called shell companies. It's when you create like multiple companies.
Wait. The way he says that, are they acting like they're supposed to not know about that? Like as if shell companies is some secret? That's like look at the way he says this.
I think we're all friends here. Like, we all know they're called shell companies. It's when
we're all friends here. We all know they're called shell companies. Well, like it's so weird. Shells are against US, so yes, he's dancing around it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I just find that weird. You need to be blunt with your community. I mean, it's cool that this guy says it though, since it is around like since he's dancing around it. Yeah, he doesn't want to step on their toes. Yeah, but it's cool though that he is at least willing to say that, because shell companies is what it is. Like that shit's crazy.
Like multiple companies in order to kind of bypass.
Look at this guy. He hates him for that.
Press that. And then the third thing that we're going to address is, help me out here. We just talked about it.
The crafters being left out.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Almost left him out of
See,
the
I have cheat. I have a note.
There's a lot to the territory mechanics, in all seriousness. So like, there's a lot of things we want to fix. Like I said,
there's a lot to territories.
Those big 3 we're going to take action on within the next couple of releases. Our goals for them are basically for the economy. We're going to do some things to kind of spread the money around. So like right now, Everfall and Windsward, I think everybody knows, like those are the territories to own, right? And the other ones are less important. So we wanted to address that, and then we also wanted to address kind of like the runaway win condition of, once you have those 2 territories, like you quickly just generate enough wealth to just be unstoppable.
True.
We want to fix that. We want to make it so that you can be competitive by owning.
What's up, River? Chilling.
Like Greek water or something like that. So that's coming soon.
Let's
that's coming
go.
the soonest.
Yo,
the next thing that we're gonna do.
Thank you so much for the photo. Thank you for being here. Thank you. We're gonna be getting into some World of Warcraft, man. Just reacting to this dev video real quick from New World. Then we're gonna be getting into the WoW stuff. So big night on World of Warcraft, guys. I'm pumped for it.
We're gonna try to address shell companies in a few ways. We've been talking to players a lot, reading their feedback and actually going back and forth. We're not going to do like a standard just company switching cooldown, but we're going to do something very similar to that.
Okay.
Which hopefully won't
company cooldown.
If you join a company and you decide it's not for you, you'll still be able to leave. But what it will do is you'll have a cooldown on when you can join a war, and then we're going to combine that with
how you doing, man?
A minimum requirement on defense. So where if you're defending your territory in a war, you're going to have 35 players. I shouldn't have said the number, because we don't know for sure the number. It's going to be at least 35, maybe as many as 50.
Wait, did you see me on Twitter by chance? Yeah, my bad, man. I don't know. I tagged World of Warcraft. I love the strategy game Warcraft. I played it growing up, but man, I am so bad at strategy games.
But the idea being that, like, if you're defending a territory, you have to have mostly your company.
Okay, so merking. This answers the merking.
Cooldown is going to hopefully address the #1 reason why people form those shell companies, which is to be able to.
Yeah, but this could be hard though. I don't know. I feel like depending on the server and how many people are in your faction, it could be hard to get. I don't know.
Like fight multiple wars in the same day.
So these changes, like, what's our goal with them? Like, is it to be more fair? Is it so everybody's got a shot at taking part?
So let me rehear that.
To have mostly, I shouldn't have said the number, because we don't know for sure the standard just company switching cooldown, but we're going to do something very similar to that, which hopefully won't, like, if you join a company and you decide it's not for you, you'll still be able to leave. Okay. But what it will do is you'll have a cooldown on when you can join a war, and then we're going to combine that with a minimum requirement.
So
on
they said you
defense.
will have a cooldown when you join the war. So war cooldowns are going to be a thing.
So where if you're defending your territory in a war, you're going to have 35 players. Well, I shouldn't have said the number because we don't know for sure the number. It's going to be at least 35, maybe as many as 50. But the idea being that like if you're defending a territory, you have to have mostly your company defending it. Combined.
So only if you're defending and mostly your company, so not even the faction. So you need 35 people in company to defend a territory, bro. Sometimes it's hard to get 35 people from your fucking faction. I mean, I agree with that. I think it'll be good, but I mean, I don't know. People are gonna have to. This is gonna address some of the issues where there's so many side companies. You know what I mean? A lot of merging is gonna need to happen. You know what I mean? Like a lot of merging is going to need to happen, and especially on some servers where wars and PvP is not necessarily the hot stuff. You know what I mean? But I mean, it could reinforce. I don't know, but guys, does that just in turn make it to where powerful companies stay powerful, right? Because then you could a company who is guaranteed to be able to have 35 people slotted is going to have 100 people in their roster, right? Or am I thinking? He didn't say nothing about attack. They said attack. You can do something on attack. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just I don't know. We'll
and
see.
with that switching cooldown,
Okay.
Is going to hopefully address the number one reason why people form their shell companies, which is to be able to like fight multiple wars in the same day.
So these changes, like what's our goal with them? Like, is it to be more fair? Is it so everybody's got a shot at taking part in this? I think that, different players have different motives for wanting to join in on it, but most of them want to win and they want to feel like they're winning. So just like, what's our motivation for these particular changes?
Yeah, like we want to make it so that if you're a
I think
competitive
35
company,
is
you can
fair.
still,
If you're gonna do it, I think
aspire
35 is fair.
To like a little empire that you're building.
Yeah.
But we don't want it to be possible for you to like the reason shell companies are bad is because it's obviously just a way to work around the limitation that the original system had built in, where like because your company has the same siege time every day for all the territories, that meant you can't fight in more than one war at the same time. So that was meant to be kind of a limiting device on the number of territories you can own. But obviously you can just defeat that by
25 is better. I can see that too.
So we want to close that.
I think at a high level, I think how we're thinking about it is we want to make it a fair environment, but still rewarding. However, not so rewarding that if you're not in this, you feel like you could never catch up and never get there, right?
Yeah.
It's owning territory is really cool and it should have some awesome rewards and be powerful, but not so much that you can just destroy everybody else, right?
Absolutely.
All this in a fair way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then with the
That makes a lot
crafting,
of
I would add that on the crafting side, I think crafters who don't participate in the war and any of that stuff sometimes can get left out in the dark where, hey, I can't get access to a tier 5 station or this or that. So we want to make sure that they have opportunities to not be blocked by gameplay that they don't really participate in.
Yeah.
Other thing I just want to really quickly touch on, these changes are like, touch so many systems that we're taking our time with them, because the last thing we want to do is like step in, change something and make something worse or break something we didn't think about. There's a lot of moving pieces here and we have to treat them with delicate hands.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anything else we want to talk about?
Aquanauts, I think what they're referring to is how crafters necessarily don't they feel like they have to follow around certain companies and territories to go where they need crafting stations, but I don't know how the hell they're going to change that with like crafting's totally kind of different from the PvP scene. I don't know.
Territory management?
No, I think we're moving in a good direction. As you said, Scott, it's going to be slow to get there because we want to be very methodical and meticulous with those changes.
Boys.
But I think that this is something that players have been asking for, and we're going to deliver. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to keep investing in the systems long term, and it's been awesome to see everybody having fun with them so far.
Awesome.
I would like to see some excitement though. They're like, yeah, we're going to keep investing in this
Shifting
systems
back
long
to
term.
the Brimstone release.
It's like,
Katie, let's talk about
come on.
the PTR rollout plan.
Sure. So for those not savvy to what PTR is, that's the public test realm. I know you were wondering, Willette. So I'm glad I explained it. So similar to what we saw with the Summer Medley Fair content, Barnacles and Black Powder, Group Finder, those all hit the PTR at different times. So that we could focus our scale testing on each of those. We're going to continue that when it comes to the Brimstone Sands release. So we're not releasing all of the things that we just talked about at the same time. The first thing that players will see, or that we're anticipating players will see on the PTR,
All right, Merc,
is that
I'll
starting
be here, bro.
that you were talking about, Scott. So that's the first thing that they're going to see. They'll see the Greatsword during that time too. So those are the two main things that we're putting out there, along with the thousands of other changes that we've put in this game that you can only find in the patch notes because we cannot recall them because we're not automatons. But then after players have had a time to help us scale test that, then we're going to introduce Brimstone Sands. So those will all be available on the PTR before we do the release in October.
And we're introducing so much change and so much new stuff that
the Greatsword is definitely the hot topic of all this, and with the war stuff though. I mean, the war stuff's going to be important, but the Greatsword is the most hyped part.
Because we just want to make sure we find everything and have time to address it. Like, we're so excited about this release. We could really use as much help as possible testing and making sure it's not only bug-free, but fun, that we're hitting the right notes, I think is super important.
I think that's probably more important than the other bugs, which of course, like, we want to get their bug reports. But I think the thing when at least this first hits PTR, what we really want is, number one, the scale that we can't create on our own, which is individual players playing individually, not acting like bots, but going in and roughing up the build as they would normally, and then letting us know if it's fun. Is this something that you were excited to see this new content? Is this something that you have suggestions for us? Our community managers always put in those in the forums. They put in mega threads for feedback. That's where you should put your sentiment. Put all the bug reporting, in-game feedback that goes into these models that parse it for us and put it in the right buckets for people. But if you want to give us feedback on, was this fun or not? Where do you think we could improve? What are we doing really well that you want us to double down on? It's the forums. That's the best place to let us know.
Yeah, and especially with the starting experience, because we've redone the quests, we've redone a lot of the story and lore. All of the architecture you're going to see is been changed. The AI is different. So are we hitting the mark? Is it getting where you want it? And if so, please tell us that. But even more importantly is where we're missing.
So this is essentially just them saying hey, help us out, play the game.
Yeah. So join us in the PTR, everybody.
Okay. So PTR, that's they're saying PTR
this
help
was a
us
fun,
out.
different kind of approach to the dev update.
Final thoughts,
okay. Appreciate y'all coming and helping with it.
Different approach. It seems very similar to what they normally do.
Release, and we'll see you all in September with another dev update.
September. Next dev update, guys. Interesting. I don't know. Some takeaways. I'm a little nervous about some of the war changes. We're gonna have to see how it looks. I don't know. I'm very nervous about the war changes. I think that's kind of the number one thing that I'm kind of looking at. Also, we see Brimstone. We see Brimstone Sands coming in hot, which is really cool. I'm excited for Brimstones. From all the NPCs that I saw, they look like they were doing similar animations. And I know somebody brought up how World of Warcraft does this as well, but in the same turn, WoW does it, but it took them full-on expansions. Look at this as like an expansion, right? At least when BC came out and stuff, there were reused animations and NPCs, but there was a lot of new stuff. So I'm hoping that there's some new stuff there. I do like how they're revamping some of the zones. One thing that's weird though, they said they want to improve the the experience between level 1 to 25. That's weird to me. I feel like the game excels level 1 to 25. The experience where New World falls off is after that level 30 to 35 level there. So interesting coming out. I will say though, with the Greatsword, my one thing, I am a little disappointed. I think the strength dex is I think the strength dex is cool. I think the strength dex is cool, but I was really hoping that we could have maybe some paladin builds, maybe see some maybe see some focus on the Greatsword. I don't know. I think the strength dex, it does pair up probably with more weapons at the end of the day. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I do like the animations. From what I see, I like the animations. They brought up how you get better as you begin to die. Like on one of the classes there, on one of the specs for the great swords. So that's interesting to me. You know what I mean? I think that's definitely interesting. Just you know, playing that kind of martyr play style where you get low, the lower you get, the more damage you do, or something like that. That's definitely going to be really good for the schizo boys. I think hatchet and great swords probably going to go fucking crazy. I think if the abilities are good and it's a decent pairing, I think hatchet and greatsword's going to be like the number one schizo build. If this is the way it sounds, because hatchet relies on getting low health too. So if if you go that route with the greatsword and then you're playing hatchet as well, you could see some serious high damage and some high combo. I would like to see a spear greatsword just because it is dex. So yeah, interesting stuff though. That is the dev video. That's my thoughts on it, my final thoughts on it. So yeah, I just wanted to react to that at the start of the stream.